on to another area of the topic. I see a lot of innovations coming in concrete polishing this year. What's driving that, you know?
Well, I think concrete polishing has really become quite a popular way to finish floors in particular, and I think that the one of the most interesting areas or interesting developments in that area is the Concrete Polishing Association's standards for what represents the various types of concrete polishes that can be applied to floors. That industry has really gone through a lot of growing pains with all this increased usage, and you know, the contractors bidding in a very competitive marketplace can change the process that they're delivering based on a price, but not necessarily deliver the same quality. And I've got to applaud the Concrete Polishing Association of America for developing those standards that will ensure that buyers get, you know, what they want in their finished floor.
All right. That's an interesting aspect that you just brought that to mind, because you know, it's an industry that's driven now by demand for that.
Right.
And so they have to come up with something that's going to help everybody comply.
Well, and what happens is, and I'm not a concrete polishing expert, and so I can't speak to the specifics of the standards, but what happens is, you know, in a competitive bid situation, you can knock a part of the process off, a level of grit that you use to polish the floor, or a step in the polishing process, and reduce your price, but you're not delivering exactly the same quality of finish on the floor. Yeah. And in a market where they didn't really have definitions for what your processes should be, a contractor could come in and say, yeah, it's a polished floor, but not necessarily meet any particular standard.
Yeah. Well, anything else of significance that you can think of that's tweaked you as far as, you know, like a product or a tool or? Yeah,
again, I go back to mixer trucks. It seems like the year for mixer trucks, with consumption rising so quickly and production and purchasing of the trucks having been down so far, you know, we're seeing Putzmeister enter the mixer business. That's pretty interesting.
Now, is that a ground up product for them?
It is. It is, surprisingly enough, and there'll be some confusion in the marketplace.
Sure.
If you have to keep a scorecard to keep track of who owns whom these days, but Sany, the Chinese manufacturer, bought Putzmeister not too long ago, and subsequently their European operation bought a mixer company. But as you know, continent to continent, the needs of trucking are pretty distinct. Well, most of that European technology is staying over in Europe and probably being distributed in other places globally, and not to be outdone by their European sister company, the folks at Putzmeister America have developed a truck from the ground up. Now, they studied that European technology, and they brought some elements of that technology here. And are very proud, as you know, as Putzmeister tends to be. They're very proud of the features, and anybody who's in the mixer truck business, you know, would do well to at least take a look at them. I'm sure they'll be a premium product, but I suspect that they might really deliver. And again, you know, along the mixer truck theme, you know, we've got natural gas powered mixers all over the show floor. Everybody's got natural gas equipment, and the trucking industry is really saying that these centrally domiciled construction delivery type operations, mixer trucks, dump trucks, that sort of thing, they are shifting strongly to natural gas. And in fact, it's International that has a new refuse truck, which is similarly operated to mixer trucks, that they are introducing primarily, first and foremost, with a natural gas engine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a harbinger. I would think that industries like the ready-mix industry and other construction truck fleet industries, they're going to be shifting strongly to natural gas. The cost advantages there, the emissions regulations in urban areas are going to push them that direction.
Excellent. Well, good information. I'll tell you, you've been shopping and I'm sure kicking tires, talking to a lot of people here at the show.
Absolutely.
I think it's been pretty well attended this year. It looks like it's everything's come together well, and a lot of positive attitude. Lots of positive attitude this year.
Yeah, very much so.
I don't think occurred last year at all. People were still kind of iffy in their attitude as to where things were going, but I think there are a lot of people now are saying, oh, you know, let's leave that behind us.
Well, the economy's certainly driving it. You know, the numbers are looking good, and you know, the European economy is settling down. We're getting some distance between us and all of the intrigue and uncertainty of the election, and you know, as Ed Sullivan's saying, you know, the fundamentals are very strong. And if we can get the consumer and the investor, you know, 6 months or so out, away from the whole fiscal cliff thing and all that sort of thing. Essentially, that was Ed's message. You know, 2% or maybe even less GDP growth in the first half of 2013, but then a shift in the last half of the year to 3+% GDP growth, just essentially based on strong fundamentals and attitudes shifting as we put some space between us.
It all goes back to attitude and philosophy, and you know, I think that's probably part of the American culture is that we don't hold that very long. We don't have much patience for that sort of thing. Hey, good luck. We'll be talking more as the days go on here, and I'm sure we'll be doing some wrap-ups, you and I, and it's a pleasure having you on.
Thanks a lot, Roger.
Good. Thanks, bud. Larry Stewart, editor with ForConstructionPros.com.